Thank you very much, Peter. And from my side also, good morning to everybody. Baie dankie. Het is altyd 'n heerlike geleentheid hierdie vir ons, omdat u die mense is by wie ons werk, of met wie ons saamwerk. En voordat ek begin, net ook 'n hartlike dank van my kant, dat vir die toegang wat ons kry by u skole. Thank you very much for accepting us at your schools, to allowing us access to talk to the learners, because at the end it's about information from our side to make it easier for the learner and for the parents to make a decision about their career futures. I'm going to talk a little bit about, in general, admission requirements. There's so many information, so some things I'm just going to mention because you all know about that. I decided to take the same presentation that we use at schools when we talk to learners and parents, because all the critical things that I think it's necessary that you should also just take note of will be in this presentation, and then we will appreciate if you can also convey the same information then over to your learners. Why the University of Pretoria? I think we are proud of our institution. People that went through our gates at some other time in their lives, you know all those people. And I always tell the learners that those people also sat in their chairs where they are sitting at school level. And at a stage in their life, they had to make a decision about what about my future after matric. And they made that decision to go for studies and to make a difference in this world. And I think that is the message that we would also like to convey to our learners. Then it's so important to also mention to learners that tertiary institutions in general is institutions of excellence. Nowadays, the competition to get into tertiary institutions is very strict, and therefore, learners must know where their priorities are. But if you look at the University of Pretoria, and you look at all the statistics and taking into consideration that there's 30 universities in South Africa, then if you look at that kind of statistics that we have there, we are quite proud of that. Especially also the bottom one, where we are regarded as one of the top 500 universities worldwide. That gives you an indication of the quality of lecturers, the quality of students that we have here, the fact that we are a research-intensive university, and hopefully also statistics that can make learners excited to consider University of Pretoria as their institution of preference. You all know our campus. We are so fortunate to have our faculties represented here today that's going to talk to you. We have our 7 campuses with our 9 faculties. I'm going to run quickly through them. The Faculty of of Humanities on our Hatfield campus, the Faculty of Economic and Management Sciences also on the Hatfield campus, Faculty of Engineering, Built Environment, IT. I'm not going to waste time here because you are going to be addressed by all of these people. The Faculty of Law. We have the Faculty of Natural and Agricultural Sciences with all its different study fields, Faculty of Theology, the Faculty of Education, where we are currently now here on the Groenkloof campus, and then the Faculty of Veterinary Science, as well as indicated, the only university in South Africa offering this program. Then we have the Faculty of Health Sciences at the Steve Biko Hospital, where the students can also stay there and they have their classes there and their practicals in the hospital that's just across the street. Important for us at this stage, we will get to that later on, is our 4-year programs. And in the meantime, the name has been changed also now to extended programs, where learners that does not meet the minimum requirements of our normal, say for instance, 3-year program, that they can still be admitted and given a chance in an extended program. And the degree that they get at the end is exactly the same. But we take the first year, we stretch it over 2 years, just to give this learner opportunity also to obtain the degree. So at the end, it's exactly the same certificate. It's not going to say on his specific certificate, listen, this candidate took 4 years or 6 years to obtain this qualification. I think that's the important message that they should also get. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Our UP Sport Campus, the beautiful Elsie de Villiers Sport Terrain, you all know that, where a lot of sport programs are offered and where students can also participate in all the sporting codes, more than 30 of them, on an extramural basis. And then a little bit of future music when they're interested in postgraduate studies at the Gordon Institute of Business Science, which is situated in Sandton. There you have a map. It's also included in the bundles that you have, where all our faculties are situated all over the city. Right, I want to get here. And that is the important message maybe that we communicate to learners. Because it's so important we get too many students still entering the university on a first-year level And when they arrive here, or even at school, you experience that, they stop just thereafter, enjoy life. As one of my colleagues always say. And the important thing is they must also do that, yes, but they must spend quality time with their books, because that is the only way that access into study programs can be really guaranteed. And students need to take, or prospective students need to take notice of the fact that the academic achievement is so important, especially also in grade 12. The most of the students apply, or the learners apply in their grade 12 year for the following year, and then they are going to use their grade 11 end exam mark. And that is very important for you also, please, to communicate. We always tell the learners that your grade 11 examination, end exam, is one of the most important examinations, if not the most important examination in your life, because you are going to apply for a tertiary institution with this mark, you are going to be considered based on this mark, and you are going to be provisionally admitted based on this mark. If you don't have the required minimum requirements with your grade 11 result, it's just a frustration because you can't get into a study program. And then you will have to wait for grade 12, and then the programs are full, all the things that's going with it. If a learner decides to take a gap year, obviously, when he will then apply for the following year, at that stage he will have his grade 12 result, and then he will obviously use his matric certificate then to apply for that. A question that we very often get is, can I, if I don't meet the requirements with my grade 11 result, may I also send in mid-year grade 12 marks, and will you consider us based on that? Unfortunately not. We will look at your grade 11 end exam, and then if that mark is not here, you will have to wait until you have your final grade 12 result. And then the faculty can reconsider, but then it's always dependent on the availability of space. Very important to communicate. I also like to give that last statistic there, not to demotivate students or do motivate them, but rather to motivate them. That it's a fact, it's a reality that at the University of Pretoria, we get in the vicinity of 43,000 applications every year for first-year study. And we have space for just over 10,000 of them. So 33,000 students have to turn away and look for other alternatives. Another motivating factor for them to say, listen, it's a competitive world outside there. Make sure that you produce the proper marks so that you can be one of the 10,000.